Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you're well. I do want to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Libra out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and just leave the rest for someone else. Remember too that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Libra, you get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Libra? All right, Libra, your energy's popping. All right, so let's see what we've got. You're starting out with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. You have the Ten of Swords, and you have the Fool. So Libra, you've been dealing with somebody that either had one foot in and one foot out, or possibly a player, maybe both. I do know that it brought about an ending, and it was a very, very painful ending for you. I do see, though, that now you're in an energy of beginning something new. There's a fresh new start that's here. It's like you're leaving the past, a very painful past behind. This would be somebody that I feel like you're no longer talking with or, speaking with. But this person hurt you deeply. They definitely hurt you deeply. There's still an energy here of pain that still needs to be dealt with. But you also are moving on from this and you're moving towards a new beginning. You're taking a risk to do this. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Libra's energy. Show me who is in Libra's energy. Somebody that doesn't like to show things. Show me who's in Libra's energy. All right. The person in your energy, Libra, has the Strength card in the reverse. The Ace of Wands in the reverse. And coming out together, we have the King of Pentacles along with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Interesting energy. All right, so this person that's in your energy, I feel like they are fear-driven, especially with regard to this connection, which, there was an ending here. This is the ending that was so painful that for you. But this person is a fear-based person. They like to come across as being very stable, somebody that is doing well financially, well off, the pillar of the community. Like they don't really care that you're moving on, but they do. They definitely do. So they're acting unconcerned, unbothered. They're like, why would I be bothered with what Libra's doing? I'm over here, I'm doing really well. I didn't have those strong feelings for Libra anyway. It's a facade. This person is putting on a facade. But in truth, they're fear-based. And we'll clarify what it is that they're so afraid of. Let me see the energy between Libra and this person. The World. There's a cycle closing out here. You're closing out a cycle here, Libra, with somebody that was a player, or possibly just a foot in and a foot out. Somebody you're not talking with. Somebody who acts like they are absolutely unbothered, absolutely unconcerned. This person could be in another connection as well. They're all about their money right now. They're all about money, business, work. Let me see what's affecting this connection. So you're closing this out and you're moving on. Show me what's affecting this connection. This has been a very painful chapter in your life, though. And that pain is still present. I would have rather seen the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, the Sun in the reverse. Yeah, this person caused a lot of unhappiness. And you know what? They're not happy about this ending either. So, truthfully, what's affecting the connection is both of you are unhappy at this ending. You're both unhappy about this being closed out. And the reason why you haven't closed out this pain is because you're not quite sure what direction you want to move in. You just know you want to move in a direction. And a lot of you are going to take that leap of faith. You're just going to step out into the unknown without, you know, any kind of assurance. You're very opposite of this person. This person is fear-driven, and you're very courageous, because the Fool is somebody who just steps off that cliff into the unknown and trusts that the universe has their back. So what's affecting the connection is unhappiness and things that are unknown. Let me see. Show me the outcome for Libra. The Seven of Pentacles. You're investing in your future. Yeah, you're investing in your future. This person is investing in something that it looks like financial, or possibly another connection. But ironically, if they're in another connection, they want to free themselves from that. It's a connection that causes anxiety on some level, and they want to free themselves so that they can move towards you. But I feel like they're fear-driven, and they will not do that. They feel heavily invested in that, but somehow they're feeling invested in you as well. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, that's you letting go. That's you recognizing that something here is unstable. It's not balanced, it's not stable, and that's you releasing it, letting it go for a new beginning. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Knight of Wands in reverse? Why is the Knight of Wands in reverse for Libra? All right, we have the Six of Cups reversed. We have the Hermit. And there's that Four of Pentacles reversed. So you've given this a lot of thought, Libra. This is not a knee-jerk reaction that you're having. It took a long time to get to that Ten of Swords, but you feel this person betrayed you. You feel like this person basically stuck every one of those 10 swords into your back. Now, you're letting them go. You are dominating the underlying energy, which is release. And you're not just releasing, you're closing out this cycle, and you're moving forward without animosity. It's like you're just closing it out entirely. If you had animosity, you would still be attached to this person, but you're not. And you've given this a lot of thought. This person may have ghosted you. There's a ghosting energy that's here. That has affected your decision to let this person go. You love this person, though. At one point, you thought that the two of you may have been soulmates. You're questioning that now. But yeah, look, bottom of the deck is a Seven of Swords. This person betrayed you. Yeah, they definitely did. And that's why you're closing this out. And you've been trying to figure out how to close this out and let this person go for a long time. Show me the Ten of Swords. Show me the Ten of Swords for Libra. Two of Cups. Yeah, you felt that this person, you may still feel that they're a soulmate. We have the Sun in reverse. Again, you're dominating the energy here, Libra. And then we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, you're moving forward into the unknown. It's like you don't know what lies for you in the future, but you know that you can't stay in this chaos. You're looking for love as well. I feel like you're open to love. You're not quite sure what the future is holding for you, but this was chaotic. This was painful. You felt betrayed by this person. You may not have even seen it coming. I feel like a lot of you didn't see it coming. You're unhappy with this person that's in your energy. So you've made this decision to move forward into your own peace. Let me see this Fool card. Show me the Fool card for Libra. Show me the Fool card for Libra. Let's see if the cards are going to tell us what's coming. You might be moving towards a Leo. Yeah, you don't have any clarity whatsoever about where you're headed. You just know that you want a new start. You can't deal with this pain, this betrayal, the secrets. You don't want to deal with any of that stuff anymore, the unhappiness. And so it's almost like you're saying, I have no clue where I'm headed, but it ain't here. So yeah, you've got this new beginning. You've worked on yourself a lot too with the Strength card, and I feel like you are very courageous, and it's taken a long time for you to get the courage to close this cycle out. You didn't do this just willy-nilly. You've done this with a lot of careful thought, a lot of preparation. You're still processing some of that unhappiness, some of that betrayal and pain, but I feel like you're not moving towards this person whatsoever. You're moving away from this person. You don't even know where, but anywhere is better than here. So I also see that you have no intention of talking with this person. You may feel that you invested deeply in this person, and you invested in what you would consider to be an untruth, a lie. So I feel like that's where the betrayal is. You feel this person, betrayed you. They lied to you. So let me look at, show me this person's energy. Show me the Strength card in reverse. Like I said earlier, your energy is so different from this person because you have the Strength card in the upright. They have it in the reverse. You operate out of faith in the universe, Libra, and this person operates out of fear. All right, so we have the Six of Coins in the reverse. We have the Five of Swords reversed and the Empress. So this person was extremely disrespectful to you, Libra. Yeah, they were very disrespectful. This is somebody who can be very narcissistic. It's when their fear buttons get hit, they become narcissistic. So I feel like there was a lot of conflict with this person. There was an unequal give and take. There was definitely like breadcrumbing, ghosting, mind games, which this person, by the way, denies all of. They deny all of that. They're basically, this person's wearing a mask. They're coming across as trying to present themselves as humble, as, somebody who, yeah, maybe they got a few financial problems, or maybe, they're a little unbalanced every so often, but it's only because they've been disrespected. No, this person is very disrespectful, and they literally live within a poverty mindset. They definitely, and fear. So I do feel that they are basically saying, I'd like to resolve things. There was some arguments. There was some conflicts with Libra. I would like to resolve those things. However, I can't bring balance to the situation because Libra won't let me. So this person also doesn't take accountability. You could be dealing with a Taurus or even another Libra, but there's definitely some mind games, some breadcrumbing, disrespect, and it's all coming from fear. Let me see the Ace of Wands reversed. Show me the Ace of Wands reversed. You might be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Show me the Ace of Wands reversed for the person in Libra's energy. Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Yeah, this person knows that the two of you aren't on the same page. They're basically, they're in their feminine energy, so they're not taking any action towards you. This is somebody who, can be very charismatic, and they are an attractive person. People genuinely like being around them, but when that charisma ends, so does, if there's an ending, so the charisma's gone too. This person it's almost like they have two faces. They can be, and they're very concerned with how others see them. So this is somebody who can be very, very nice. However, they can be nasty and mean and bitter. Yeah, two faces of the same person is what I'm seeing. And they are, for whatever reason, you know, in their feminine energy, whether they're a male or a female. That's why they're not taking any action. They know that you feel betrayed. They know it. This person is highly sexual, or at least they think in a highly sexual manner, but they want to be chased. This person doesn't want to come towards you. They want to be chased. And they're unhappy that you're not doing that. So let me see. Show me the bottom energy for the person in Libra's energy. Yeah, this person's in another connection. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. We have the Four of Wands, and then we have the Queen of Swords. They are highly focused on you. You might be dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or like I said, another Libra. This person knows that you're guarded, and so they're trying to basically like mimic that a little bit, if that means anything. So what they really want is a reconciliation. I see the ending. I see this person in a very feminine energy. I see somebody who's not taking any action. Part of that is because they, quite frankly, don't know what to do right now. They're unhappy with the situation, and they want to reconcile with you. So that's why they're trying to move towards you. However, they are still in some other connection, or there's something that is tying them in. Whatever it is that they placed over this connection, whatever it is that made you feel so betrayed, this person desires to free them. If they're in another connection, they're desiring to free themselves from that connection and move towards you, but they know that you are very guarded. They know that you are, it's like they feel like you would talk with them, but you now have boundaries that perhaps you didn't have in the past. And particularly about whatever it is or whomever it is that they prioritized over this connection. So instead, they act like, you know, they're just fine, like it doesn't bother them, they're unconcerned. But that's really not the case. Let me see the energy between Libra and this person. Show me the energy between Libra and this person. Scorpio energy is here. All right, we have the Two of Wands reversed. We have the Eight of Coins reversed, and we have the High Priestess reversed. There's a karmic element to this as well. Now, like I told you, this person knows that this ended because the two of you were not on the same page. And I have to be honest, Libra, your energies could not be any further apart. You're very courageous. You're figuring things out. You're approaching things very directly. You're moving forward, taking that leap of faith, and they're sitting in fear, pretending. This person is not authentic, but they also know that they've been found out. They know that you see them clearly. So they can put on two faces for the world, but they realize that you can see them very clearly. This person prioritized someone or something over you. They chose to go in another direction. This is also somebody who is conflict avoidant. They don't like conflict. And it's probably because they don't handle it well. Their ego gets in the way. They are avoidant of conflict also because they play mind games. This person may have been giving to you as well as someone or something else. And I feel like they feel entirely exposed here. You seem to be very in touch with your intuition. This person absolutely is not. They live in fear. They could be having financial problems, particularly if they are in some sort of management or even ownership situation. But they're definitely in a poverty mindset, and they can be extremely disrespectful. So they know that you see them differently, and now you're saying, okay, you chose to go in another direction. You chose to you know, basically put other people, other things in front of me. Now I'm choosing to go in another direction. This does not work out for me. I've figured, you know, I've been sitting here trying to figure this out for a very long time. And what I've finally decided is that the only way for me to close this out, to get any kind of justice in the situation, is to move in another direction myself. This does not work for me. So let me see. This person also keeps a lot of secrets, and I feel like their secrets got exposed, and they know that you know, that's affecting how you view them. Show me what's affecting this connection between Libra and this person. There it is again. There's that King of Pentacles. So one of the biggest things that's affecting this connection is that this person is either very, very much concerned with themselves and how they make their money and their own stability, or it is that they are in another connection, which keeps coming up. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, it keeps coming up. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles, we've got the King of Cups, and we've got Temperance in reverse. So this person is very unbalanced. Their emotions are actually all over the place. They try to come across as being very, very much in their masculine, when in fact they are in their feminine energy. It's playing... They don't understand why you're not chasing after them. They want you to chase after them. So I do feel like, you wanted stability from this person, and I don't feel like they have stability to give you. That being said, you love this person, and I don't feel like the love that you have for this person is diminished, but I feel like you now have the boundaries up, and you're saying, I don't care how much I love this person, I have to move forward. They betrayed me. They bring unhappiness. And I also feel like you were hoping, you were waiting for this person to reach out to you, Libra. You were waiting for them to reach out, and you were maintaining, for a very long time, you were maintaining that love that you had for them. At this point, I feel like your stability is more important. Your happiness is more important. But it took a long time to get there. And at every step, this person buried one more knife in your back. So, yeah, this person in your energy, they are unhealed. They're very unbalanced, and at times can even be unhinged. So their take on it is that they're not going to do anything. They're acting as if they're very happy in the life that they have, when in fact they really are not, and they desire to be with Libra. Yeah. That being said, Libra, you may have somebody new coming into your life. As you move forward, there's an indication that you are going to find love. Yeah, from out of this betrayal and this unhappiness, you could be meeting somebody, but it's going to require you to move forward into your peace first. But I do see that there's somebody new that could be entering your energy here. And you're not going to see them coming, by the way. It's going to be a sudden surprise. Yeah, let me see the Seven of Pentacles. Show me Libra's outcome. Maybe even a water sign. A Leo or a Gemini, perhaps. Whoever this person is that's coming into your energy, Libra, they're going to be very solid. They're going to be very loving, very solid. Their money's going to be straight. Yeah, you're gonna actually get from this new person what you had hoped for with this past person. But it will require you to move forward. And I feel like sometimes you just don't know quite how to let this other person go, because you had such strong feelings and such strong hopes for this connection. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Yeah, there it is again. The Fool. Ace of Cups reversed. Queen of Cups along with the Page of Swords. So it's telling me the same thing. In your outcome, you're investing in this new beginning. You've got the Fool here twice. All right. So, and you've got the King and the Queen of Cups. I'm telling you that as you move forward and you invest in this new beginning, you take this leap of faith, the love that you're looking for, the love that you feel is just never going to come, a very strong, solid love, it's going to come about because you are taking this leap of faith and you're leaving this chaos behind. And it is going to happen. It's going to be somebody that once you invest in that leap of faith, everything's going to start unfolding for you. But you have to have the courage to do that. And I see that you do. Because you've worked on yourself. Yeah, you've come a long way. You've come a long way out of this pain, this painful ending, all this unhappiness. But it looks to me like you're meeting somebody that is going to be very compatible, somebody that because you're right now, you're searching for love, Libra, but you're choosy. You're picky about who you give that love to. And I feel like up until this point, nobody has really checked all your boxes. But once you take this leap of faith into whatever this new life or new beginning is, that's when you're going to run into this person. Now, this person that's in your energy here, they're going to be heartbroken because they know that you are very guarded. They're hoping that you will talk to them. They want to talk to you, but they're not taking any action. So what's going to happen is they're going to watch you taking this leap of faith. They want to invest with you. They want to free themselves from this other connection that they're in. But I feel, and they may even approach you and say, hey, you know, Libra, I'm ending that connection. The problem is that they're still showing up as being very much in that connection. But yet they want to bring Libra back in. And so they're just going to wind up emotionally drained. Because they're going to be watching you, Libra, move forward. Well, I mean, everybody makes choices, you know. And then you live with the consequences of those choices. So, bottom of the deck is the Devil in the reverse. Now, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. I'm seeing Pisces energy here is very strong. But with the Devil in reverse, that's you basically saying, you know what, person from the past, you were toxic as hell. I have worked a lot on myself, and I have to let you go. I have to release you. I don't care if I love you or I don't love you. That's not the issue. I don't want to deal with toxicity in my life. So, yeah, it takes a lot of courage to do that, Libra. So, my hat's off to you. This person made choices. They were prioritizing other people, other situations over you. And I feel like that was so painful. And I can see here that you went through this for a long, long time. And at this point, you are tired of having swords driven into your back. So, you know what? Invest in that new beginning because it's going to be everything you would desire and more. It's exactly what you're looking for. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle. Wow, okay. I'm not taking that because that was not that was not intentional. Let's just start over here. All right, pulling for Libra. But this one is, so let's take it. All right, we have number 29, and this card says coming to life. So let's read that. Give me 1 second, Libra. Something beautiful is being born into your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least, matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. That's that leap of faith, Libra. Spirit knows the best form for the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. Everything you have to do, or all you have to do, is to show up. I love that, Libra. Take that leap of faith, guys. All right, I hope that this has been helpful. If you've resonated with this reading, Libra, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, go ahead and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Libra, know that you are loved, and namaste.